Okay, so when you are writing a narrative or a story, right, writing the start of a sequel to the Red Pyramid, you want to make sure that you're writing in paragraphs always. So, when you should begin a new paragraph. So, the obvious one that I think most of you learned is that when the character who is speaking changes, you start a new paragraph, even if it's one word. Or one sentence, right? Or part of a sentence. It doesn't matter. If the character who is speaking changes, because you have dialogue going back and forth, you start a new paragraph each and every time. But there are some other places where you want to also start a new paragraph. So when a new character enters the scene, so if you're discussing something and a character arrives, you want to start a new paragraph. When a character leaves the scene, you want to start a new paragraph. Okay, so they leave, start a new paragraph. When the scene or location changes, so if you're going from one setting to another setting, they go from one room into another room, they go through a portal, you want to start a new paragraph. And then when the focus of the narration changes, so you can kind of think of it as, like if you were making a movie, is the camera switching focus? Is it zooming in, zooming out, switching from one thing to another thing? So if you're going from dialogue to description, and I don't mean description relevant to the person speaking, because then you wouldn't necessarily want to start a new paragraph. But if you're going from the person speaking and you're switching the focus of your description to a different character or to the setting, then you would want to start a new paragraph. If you're going from description to dialogue, and you weren't describing that character who's speaking, so you're describing something else and then a new character is going to start to speak, you want to start a new paragraph. If you are describing action, right, and then you're going to switch to a description of the setting that's not interwoven. So we've looked at how it's interwoven, but it's not always interwoven. Sometimes you've got action going on, and then the characters walk into a room, and now you want to just describe the room, right? And all you're going to do is describe the room. You would make that its own paragraph. Or let's say that you were in the room and a character, now you're going to switch and you're going to describe a character who's in the room. You would want to start a new paragraph. Description of action to setting or character, character to setting or action, or setting to character or action. So anytime you're kind of switching that focus, you want to start a new paragraph. So if you have any questions, we're certainly happy to help you as you're writing. So if you want to know, should I start a new paragraph here or not, I'll be available to help you with that.